Good morning. We're going to the Oaks at Sesse for the Fishery Mania. This is my third qualifier of the year. I like the Oaks. What a good draw on the new lakes. That's the objective today. Preferably an end peg. Anyway, I'll see you at the Oaks. So I've drawn peg 15 on beach, on the new lakes, really good draw, just not quite the end peg, one off the end peg. So I was pleased with my draw. I opted to fish 6 mil cube meat at 5 meters and then feed in 6 mil cube meat down my right hand edge as well on about a top 4, and then I was feeding a 4 mil pellets, fishery pellets at 14 and a half meters. That's the limit. Now at the minute I'm literally mugging about a foot deep on a bunch of maggots or a 6 mil cube meat. I alternated between the depths of, I don't know, maybe 12 inches to a foot and a half, and I tended to find I mugged more fish short on meat, and then the fish I mugged long was on a bunch of maggots, which is obviously quite weird, but both was as good as each other on the day. But at the minute, that is what I'm concentrating on, because I'm really pleased with my draw, and I am really pleased with how this match is going. And I'll be honest, I'm in the zone at the minute. I'm thinking, this is on. This is a chance. There's muggers there. I can see plenty of fish. I wouldn't say there was particularly easy to mug, but I was catching quick enough to do some damage at this moment in time. So I've got 3 other lines other than this mugging. So I've got a line at 14.5 meters feeding some 4 mils fishery pellets, line at 5 meters, and a line down my right hand margin feeding meat. But these bites at the minute, these mugging fish are coming very quick, very fast. And it's clear to see that, there's not many people catching. I call it my mini match. My mini match is the anglers that I can see around me. So at the minute, I'm winning. From what I can see around me, I'm winning. And that's all you can do, in these big matches is beat everyone you can see, and then if you're in the, if you're on the right bit, you might come back after and you've won the whole thing. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. I'm confident, I'm getting my head down. Fish are coming thick, they're coming fast, and there's muggers there. And Brad Lucas did say to me in the morning when I drew my peg, he was like, "Oh, you on that?" He was like, "That's one of my top 5 picks." So, so Brad actually said to me that I was on a good peg. So really pleased to hear that. Just wouldn't have minded being one more to the right, on the end. You got a few more options on the end. So, but Brad's actually drawn my lake. He's actually the other end of the lake to my left, so he's in my section, and he's really pleased with his draw as well. So you tend to find one end of the lake will fish better than the other. It's just who's on the right end. And at this minute in time, I certainly feel like I'm the right end. I'm bagging. This is a chance. I've got a chance to qualify here. I'm catching proper. It's all going really sweet, really well. I actually drew this lake last year, maybe 5 pegs to my left. I mean, I caught some fish, because you always get days fishing at the Oaks, but I didn't catch a lot. I had maybe £40, £50. It just weren't very good. It wasn't the best area, to be honest. But you do tend to find all the talk in the morning. There's always talk about this lake. Oh, this is the lake, this is the lake, this is the lake. And I, in all the years I've been going on Fishermania, this lake never seems to win. So I always have that in the back of my mind as well. Like the fancied areas never seem to be where you actually want to be. I don't think anyone really knows. Fishermania is a lot of pressure on matches in Fishermanias, and Fisheries fish different. So I'd never think you can actually predict exactly where the winner's going to come from. No one wanted Cedar or Maple. They're the original snake lakes. But I've seen that chuck up loads of times. You've got loads of room on there. This is a qualifier that I think a lot of people look forward to, because even if you don't draw quite well, you'll get days fishing. There's so many fish on this fishery. It really is a fantastic fishery. So you're always guaranteed a day out, and that's the reason I enjoy it the most, because it's like, whatever happens, just come and enjoy your days fishing, because you will get one. You'll get a days fishing. So, but at the minute, as you can see, I am absolutely slaying it. I'm just bagging. So obviously I'm speeding the footage up. This is all in the first hour, stroke hour and a half, stroke 2 hours. All this fish catching action is in the first couple of hours. So yeah, I'm absolutely tearing it up at the minute. So really pleased with how my match is going. Couldn't ask for a better start. The whistle went. I literally flicked it over at a fish that I could see. Flow went under, and I hooked it first fish. So it's a great sign. So this is my chance. So I've got eye of the tiger at the minute. I'm literally I'm in the zone. I'm thinking this is my chance. And it's been a long time coming. just want to say a big thank you to everyone that supports the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And if you watch to the very end of this video, there'll be something at the end that might just interest you. So we're a couple of hours into the match now, and unfortunately, them muggers I've caned them. They've completely gone. You know, I can't see any more fish, so I'm now dropping on this 14.5 metre line, which I've been feeding from the off. So, you know, we really need this to bury. If this buries 100 billion%, we've made the foundations, it's game on. I mean, at any point some muggers could return, but there's always a chance that they might not. So I'm feeding some 4 mils there, hoping, praying for that float to bury. Now, it did feel like one of them days where everything just wanted to be shallow. I mean, I have tried slapping a rig, this, that and the other. You know, I've cut a lot of footage out, but that 14.5 metre line, you know, I'm really surprised, because at the minute it just isn't going under. But remember, I've still got my meat line at 5 metres. I think I cut up 4 or 5 tins of meat, so I've been feeding that quite aggressive all day, and meat down my right hand edge. So I've still got them 2 lines, which I fully expect them to bury. You know, especially potentially being in a good area. The only thing that is a little bit worrying is no one is catching. No one around me is catching. I've been the only one really who's had, you know, probably a really good day at this point. But as you can see, I'm speeding the footage up. I'm not getting any bites at all. You know, it's like I'm giving it a good bit of time. You know, I'm not just coming straight off it, but I am off it. I'm now going to opt to go and try my edge. And I have probably, in my head right now, I'm probably thinking this will go under. And I'm thinking, please go under. Same again, you know, I gave it a little bit of time, not too long. You normally get quite a quick sign. No bites on the edge. So I thought, I'll start big potting it. Let's wake it up. We've got to do something. You know, if I just continue to do what I've done, you know, you bear in mind I've fed that for nearly 3 hours, and I've just dropped on it, and it's not gone under. So onto the 5 metre line. Now, same again. I fully expect this line just to bury. I expect it to go. You know, I've fed it for over 3 hours, and I've not even looked on this line yet. So surely this is just going to go under. You know, I've been feeding meat for 3 hours on that line. Normally, if you're going to get a bite, it'll come unbelievably quick. Speeding the footage up again here, look. And yeah, devastation, no bites. Just going to put another pot in down that edge, keep that bait in that edge going in. I'm pretty sure sometimes you'll put a big pot in, go straight over it, and that is when you'll get your bite. I think a lot of times you can put a pot in, not go straight on it, the fish have already come in, you've missed out on your bites. So it's always worth, if you're going a big pot, it's always worth going straight in over it. You might be surprised how quick you'll get your bite. But unfortunately, it just wasn't a good sign at all. You know, there was no bites to be had at all. So, panic stations now. Nothing's happening. The match, in fact, you know, is turning upside down. I'm looking, I think I spot a stray mugger here. I'm just looking for it now. I saw something and I looked and it came quite long. So I think I mugged one quite late. Yeah. So a welcome mugger, but the match is slipping away. You know, I really need that edge line to come good, or that short line. I'm still feeding it. I haven't given. I think at this point there's still time. I think we're just about in the last hour now, and I feel like there's still time. It just needs to go under. I've absolutely caught fantastic. And that was 100%. That was the last fish I saw shallow. So that was definitely my last mugger. Back on the short line, and it buries. So happy days. It's like, wow, this is it. This is on. You know, it's buried. Normally, when you get a bite on that meat line short, it'll just continue. So I'm probably really happy right now, but I don't think there's long left. I think there's about 40 minutes left, maybe even half an hour. I can't remember, but I know I was losing hope a bit, but I'm still trying my absolute hardest. You know, build them foundations. You know, I wanna push it. I wanna push it hard. I wanna see it through. It's an hard one to let go, especially when you've caught so well so early. But sometimes you can't do anything about it. Most of the time you can't do anything about it. And that is the truth. You know, it's either going to be your day or it's not. And unfortunately, if one of them 3 lines would have gone, you know, if I'd have got some bites on one of them 3 lines, I'm sure I'd have had a very good chance of winning this match. We obviously went straight back on the short line, didn't get a bite, so we're back long and we didn't get a bite, unfortunately. So time to go back down the edge. Speed the footage up, no bites. Back short, no bites. Back down the edge, no bites. And that's my lot.
said side down.
Well, there you have it. That's the oaks. It says I mugged most of them early on. I've had one short on meat late, and that's been my lot, and everything else has been mugging. I'm not making up excuses. I tried everything, and I think I've done alright with that. You know, whether I'll threaten the section, I'm not sure. We'll see. See you in a bit. I mean, you can see there how deflated I am. I'm obviously absolutely gutted. You know, I've had a great start, and then last 2 hours I've just not caught. Well, last 3 hours I've barely caught a fish. So you can just see, you can just hear it in my voice. I am absolutely gutted, you know, because I felt I had a chance and it just slipped away. But you know, that's fishing, unfortunately. I think I ended up with £98. I think I was fared on the lake. Brad Lucas, he down the other end of the lake to my left, he ended up winning the lake with I think £120. You know, Brad fished a brilliant match, and I won my end of the lake. You know, I beat everyone that I could see, but unfortunately not enough. And like I say, you can just see it, you can just see it, you can see it, you can hear it in my voice. I'm so disappointed, but you know, that's fishing. And but look, I really appreciate, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time. Tight lines. I actually did a video on mugging fish. It's actually called Master Mugging. Now, I've put the link in the description, so if you go to the description, click the link and the video will play. The rig that I'm using in the rig tank is on this video. Everything you need to know about mugging, down to glasses, down to the rig, down to slapping, swinging, everything is in this video. So click the link in the description